Right, so to understand how it really works, you need to unlearn everything. You need to forget about 31-day months and leap years and synodic cycles and sidereal cycles, and forget all about the 365-day year and the 7-day week. Forget calendar dates and ignore dates and times that you've read online for moon alignments and zodiac signs, just for a wee minute. Because if you strip all of that back and focus on what you can actually observe and verify for yourself, then you will realise that the truth is so fucking simple. Now, I have literally obsessed over the Dendera ceiling, the Prague clock, and the Antikythera mechanism for years. And now I'm confident enough to tell all yous how it all connects together and works in perfect harmony to give us the creation of time itself. The sky determines the time of day, the day of the week, the month of the year, the minute, the hour, and everything in between. The sky is literally a 360-degree bowl which we're looking up into the inside of. The inside of this bowl can be split into 12 30-degree sections. Each zodiac sign or constellation covers one of these 30-degree sections. These stars are fixed, the constellations, they do not move. Now, the year starts at 0 degrees Aries. The new year is a sky position, it is not a fixed date on a calendar. The calendar was adjusted specifically to confuse us. Now, we call the sky position, the start of the new year, the equinox, and it's when the sun moves into 0 degrees Aries. This is when the sun and moon have completed their 360-degree cycles through the constellations, and they're starting a new 360-degree cycle, a new year. Now, we're in a base 12 system. 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day. There's 12 months. Each month has 30 days or 30 degrees. Each month has 3 10-day weeks. Earth has 24 natural time zones. Each time zone of Earth is 15 degrees. Each 15 degrees is equal to 1 hour of sun time. The sun is in your local time zone at 12 p.m. This is solar noon. The sun completes 360 degrees every 24 hours, and this is what gives us our 24-hour days and our time zones. Now, this next part is important because here's where people get confused. I got confused for a while with this as well, right? Now, there's 2 separate motions that we must take into account for both the sun and the moon, right? There's their daily motion that we've just talked about. They both circle 360 degrees around the Earth once per day, every day. Now, the other motion is the daily shift against the constellations. This is the zodiac. Modern astronomy calls it the ecliptic. Now, think of this as being the height in the sky, the analemma. The sun shifts 1 degree every day against the constellations. This is why they say that the sun is in your birth sign, because it was the position in the sky when you were born. The sun is in each constellation for 30 days, so 30 degrees. In comparison, the moon shifts 15 degrees a day against the constellations, and this is why the sun covers each constellation once per year, but the moon covers each constellation once per month. Now, essentially, the moon completes the entire ecliptic in 30 days, but it takes the sun a whole year. But they're both moving once per day, continuously, constantly. That's still going on, that's a different motion. It explains why we see the moon an hour later each day as well. Now, despite this massive difference in their daily shift along the ecliptic, a new moon always lines up with the sun each month at the start of the next constellation. And a full moon is always 180 degrees opposite the sun, both in its daily path and on the ecliptic. Always a full moon. Now, the constellations vary in height. The lowest constellation is Capricorn, which coincides with the Tropic of Capricorn. That's the sun's most southern and lowest path in the sky. And on a Gregorian calendar, this falls around December time. It is also the winter solstice. The highest constellation is Cancer, which coincidentally matches when the sun is on the Tropic of Cancer in June. And this is the summer solstice. Aries and Libra are in the middle, at the equator. And the equinoxes are when the sun is on the equator. The sun's daily 1 degree shift through the constellations gives us our seasons and our years. A year is measured by the sun completing 360 degrees through the constellations and then restarting all over again at 0 degrees Aries on the spring equinox. This part is very important because it will tie in our 365-day year and our leap years into the true 360 degrees year. Right, the word solstice literally means sun stands still. At the June solstice and the December solstice, the sun reaches what they call its maximum declination, north or south. This means for a few days, the sun's height doesn't change. In other words, its 1 degree daily shift along the ecliptic or against the constellations does not move. Now, it still completes its 360 degree daily cycle, but against the constellations it stalls. Now, ancient civilizations called these days out of time. They were never part of their calendar year because their calendar year was one 360 degree cycle of the sun through the constellations, which just so happens to take 365.25 days because of the days out of time at the solstices. The same thing happens with the moon because it's always right beside the sun for a new moon each and every time the sun moves into a new constellation. So the sun and moon are always together at the solstices, and they experience this still together as one. Now, we're working in a base 12 system, as I said. So their magic numbers, 666 and 333, that they show us all the time, they came from this. Both the sun and the moon move at a daily constant angular speed of 15 degrees per hour. The difference in the times that we see them in the sky is determined by the difference in their daily shift along the ecliptic or against the constellations. Because despite this difference, they somehow always manage to be together at a new moon as the sun moves into a new constellation. And that is the harmony of the true sky clock. But obviously all of that was for entertainment purposes.